Hi again, and welcome to In Taiwan We Speak, your audio guide to Taiwan's mind-blowing linguistic diversity. I am Alexander Shin, and this is the last part of our conversation with Dr. Lîm Ka-î, or Liz Lim, a researcher of the Tâi-Gí language, also often called Taiwanese. Moving on to my favorite part of the interview, let's speak about the linguistics behind it. Now, I know, of course, because we're using ChatGPT to communicate, and there's a lot of complexity to this topic, and we cannot talk about much. But, well, thank you so much for agreeing to give our listeners a glimpse into the beautiful world of Tâi-Gí, and I personally find it fascinating. So, I've heard that Tâi-Gí has some very interesting and unique features, especially when we compare with Mandarin. For instance, I've read somewhere that Tâi-Gí has a very interesting way of making plural personal pronouns, and for that we use a method called nasalization, which is a difficult term for most people probably. While in Mandarin Chinese, we just use a whole new character to make plural personal pronoun. Now, how does that work in Tâi-Gí?
It's correct. For example, "yi" means he or she, "in" means they, and "guā" means I or me, and "guān" means we.
So basically we add an N sound on the end.
"yi," "in," "guā," "guān," "yi," which means he or she. "In" means they. In Mandarin, it's 你,你们, 他,他们, 我,我们. That's as 们. But in Taiwanese, 一, in, 我,
What about you?
li, lin.
You, li, lin.
Li, lin.
Then
it's the same.
How do you write those in Chinese characters?
Oh, they have different characters.
Oh,
not to add something.
All right.
Yeah.
So for E, you have one character. For in, you have another character.
Yes.
We're just adding one letter, but we're changing the whole character.
Oh, that must explain from the source.
Mm.
When the language is beginning, we don't have the character. The language have this feature, but later we use character to write them. So in Mandarin or in Chinese, different symbol, we have different character. But if we write in Roman Taiwanese, you can see the difference. You can see the "yi" become "in."
All right. So that's a very interesting part of the grammar, and we'll speak about the writing system a bit later. I've heard that in Taiwanese there's two types of the pronoun we. One of them meaning we as in me and you, and another one meaning just we but not you. Is that true?
Yes, it's true. For example, 恁是查甫, 阮是查某, 咱拢是人, which means you are male and we are female and we are all human beings. The first we doesn't include the listener. The second we include the listener and the speaker.
That's so interesting.
Yes, I will add another example. 恁囝甲阮囝同齐拍咱囝. Your son and my son hit our son together. The two people, the male has his son, and the female has her son, and then they get married, and they have their son. So, 恁囝, your son, 阮囝, my son, 同齐 together 拍咱囝 hit our son.
Our common son.
Yeah. Very interesting example to explain the feature. But I think that's too difficult to say.
Then I will add a questionnaire and ask people if they understood. Please press thumbs up. If not, just skip. Now, this is a very interesting part, the writing system, because we know many languages in Taiwan, speaking about Taiwanese and Hakka, but also indigenous languages. Now that they have to develop their education systems, they face a problem of not having a writing system or not having a one unified writing system. And what is the situation like in Taiwanese?
Both Chinese characters and the Roman alphabets serve as formal writing system for Taiwanese. They originate from two distinct traditions. In the education system, the emphasis is placed on using Chinese characters, while the Roman alphabet is utilized as a phonetic tool. In the community, especially on social media and in literary works, it's more common to see a mixture of Chinese characters and Romanized Taiwanese. Taiwanese romanization is quite unique. An official standard was established in 2006. It is based on 北纬基, which literally means vernacular writing, and is a system invented by Western missionaries and used by the church to write Taiwanese, and then modified according to the International Phonetic Alphabet, that's IPA. This standard, abbreviated as Tailu, stands out as it functions both as a writing language system and as a phonetic tool. Moreover, it can be used to write down the various dialects across different regions of Taiwan.
Oh, so some people use Chinese characters and Roman letters? Some people just use only Roman letters, right?
Right, but just use Romanizations Taiwanese is very rare. The most people use the mixture.
It reminds me of Japanese. For the stems, they use Chinese characters, and for grammar, they use their own system.
Chinese character and kana,
Yes.
they make sure that that's the same way.
Also in Korea, they used Chinese characters and then Korean alphabet.
There was a proposal by a scholar Hong Wei-ren to mimic Korean writing, creating square characters through phonetic symbols. The idea is similar. He thinks we can create some symbol, just like Korean, to spell Taiwanese, and that it looked like a character, but the part of the character is phonetic symbol.
Borrowed from Korean language.
Not borrowed.
Oh, inspired.
Inspired.
So to have a similar structure where there's alphabet put together in blocks.
Yes.
Who proposed that system?
Professor Ang Wei-jin, Hong Wei-ren.
I see. We're at the end of our interview. Now, this is a question that I ask everyone here in this studio. How do you say, in Taiwan we speak Taiwanese in Taiwanese?
伫台灣，阮講台語. Some people say 阮, some people say 阮.
Meaning we.
Yeah, 阮, 阮. Just the dialects. Some people think that male prefer to say 阮 and female prefer to say 阮, because in the popular song, many female singers, when they sing the songs, they say 阮. So now many people think 阮 just for female. But some people think that's a dialect. That's interesting.
Is it just the same?
That's hard to say. I think maybe two reasons both have the impact.
Oh, I see. That is very interesting how people's perception of their language is not fixed, really. Everyone just imagines something.
Oh, I will say I'm very glad to share my thoughts with you and the audience. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here with us. And with that, we've run towards the end of our airtime for today. Thank you, Dr. Lim, for joining us today. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in. My name is Oleg, and this was In Taiwan We Speak, your audio guide to Taiwan's mind-blowing linguistic diversity. See you next week.